Good afternoon, Greyhounds. I'm Carson Jarrett.
And I'm Kenan Pogg, and this is JCHS Today. Let's get right into the news.
We know it's November, but as you can tell, we have so much Christmas spirit, so we just had to decorate.
I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. Speaking of Christmas, the class of 2023 is bringing White Christmas back this year. Let's learn a little bit about that.
White Christmas is a long-standing Jones County High School tradition that started in 1969 with the class of 1970. And what they did was they collected Christmas gifts for children in need all over Jones County. And the name White Christmas actually comes from the fact that they had to wrap the Christmas presents in white wrapping paper, and then they put a G or a B or a girl for girl or boy, and they put them under the Christmas tree, and that was their donation to get in to watch the show. I think it's a good opportunity for students to be able to give back to their community. So many times you are a consumer of your community and they're about to shift into producers, and I think this is a good way to kind of segue into that role. You can be in a skit, you can sing, you can make a complete fool of yourself, and everyone can enjoy it. We do have a great Santa Claus. We have an amazing director, Miss Butler, who has stepped up and is doing an awesome job. And it's just a good time with your peers, and I think that they're going to love it. And I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy watching the show now that it's back.
We can't wait to see what you guys come up with for this play. Remember, there will be 2 shows on December 1st at 6 o'clock p.m. and 8 o'clock p.m.
It's not getting as cold as it should be for November, so let's see why.
Hey y'all, I'm Noah Scoggins, and here's your weather. Looks like we're gonna have some cold temperatures next week with ranges from the 30s to the 50s. Now, it's gonna be pretty cold this weekend, I'm not gonna lie about that. You're gonna wanna grab a hoodie or a thick coat if you go outside. Now, that's why I have this flannel, because I like to be a little prepared. Now, it is gonna warm up moving on into next week. About Wednesday or so, we'll see temperatures in the high 60s. Now, that's all for your weather. Now back to Avery and Colby.
I'm not Colby.
And I'm not Avery. But thank you, Noah. Sports in Jones County have been kicking off lately, so let's go to Cameron for more.
I'm Cameron, and this is the Sports Corner. This past Saturday, the basketball team had a game versus Drew Charter at home, and they won 63-58. I talked to Coach Buck about the past game. Let's see what he had to say.
What's your name and what do you coach?
I'm Coach Buck Harris, and I coach boys basketball.
What year's basketball season will go?
I'm looking for a good year from my basketball team. We have 2 seniors that have been with the program for 3 years now. This will be the 4th year. They're 3-year starters, Dathan Harris and Jalen Sanford, and they both know what it takes to win this region and to qualify for the state, having played in the state tournament their freshman year. So we got some guys that's going to help us. Jaden Stanley and Caden Douglas, along with Colton Smith right now, and they should hold it down until the football team gets here. But I'm very excited about this year's basketball team.
What's your biggest goal for this season?
The biggest goal for this year's team is to teach these kids on the basketball team something other than the game of basketball. Of course, we would like to win games, but at the end of the day, it's just a game. We don't set goals that are not achievable, and we hadn't talked about goals going into the year, but of course we would like to qualify for state and win the region and all that stuff like that. But if I can teach them something other than how to shoot a basketball or how to get down in the defensive stands, I think that'd be more valuable than basketball.
What's the energy like around the team during a game?
We had a scrimmage this past Saturday, and the energy was electric. Every kid that dressed out was enthused and ready to go and cheering for each other. And if we can carry that over for the next 25 regular season games, I think we're going to have a very successful year.
What's something you can do to make the team better than last year?
I think what I can do this year is to sit down and let them play.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Thanks, Coach Buck. Last Saturday, wrestling had a tournament and got 3rd place. Tuesday night, they went to Lamar and won 51-20 in duels. Also, the 2nd annual gauntlet is tomorrow with 12 teams from across the state coming, starting at 10:30. Back to Carson and Kenan.
There are many talents a person can have, and our school helps us explore them more. So let's go to John and Dylan about that.
So I decided to become a teacher because I really wanted to help influence young people and help them realize some of their dreams and goals. Taking over the drama department just sort of fell into my lap. I've been here since 2019 here at Jones County High School, and I initially started out teaching English.
Why did you become a teacher?
My band director, my sophomore year of high school, just really inspired me in the fact that he just wouldn't let us accept less than what he knew we were capable of doing. And so I just wanted to be able to share that with future generations of music students.
Why did you choose to teach band?
It kind of goes back to the first question and the fact that I just wanted to share that, keeping that standard with students that I thought was just cool about being in high school band and reaching a certain level.
Choose teaching. Teaching kind of chose me. I got a scholarship in the area of academics and music, and in order to keep my music scholarship, I had to have a music major. So I majored in music and did a music education degree. Again, unique story. I lived in a very small town, and the math teacher there lost his certification suddenly, and I was the only person in town who knew how to teach calculus. And so I got the job for the last 5 weeks of school. I was not a teacher, I was just substituting. And I was shocked to find out that I loved teaching. So we moved a few months later, and when we did that, I knew I needed to become a teacher. That was my kind of calling. And I knew if I was going to teach, I needed to teach music, because that's my passion. So I went back to school, finished my degree, and got a Bachelor's of Science in Music Education.
Those were the fine arts teachers. You know who else is a great teacher? Miss Richter. She's great. Let's learn more about her.
We have a lot of teachers here at Jones County High School, and many of them don't get the recognition they deserve. This week's underappreciated teacher is Miss Richter. Let's see what she had to say.
I realized I wanted to be a teacher at a very young age. I'm the oldest of 4 children, and I have always, since I could remember, wanted to be a teacher. I would make them play school when we were little. My mom was a teacher, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, so it's part of who I am.
And what drives you?
What drives me to teach is my students. I enjoy being here and making sure they know how much they matter, and hopefully I help them learn just a little bit here and there. I have been teaching for 20 years. This is my 20th year teaching. I taught 18 years at elementary school, and the last 2 years have been here at Jones County High School. Ensuring students don't fall behind is a tough job. It is a daily 100%. I'm all in every single day. You have to go by and have conversations. You have to, check and talk with them and make sure that they understand. It is a constant conversation with them, and of course, you check their work and what they turn in and give them some feedback. So, it's an everyday task. My favorite part of the day is standing at the door between classes and greeting my students as they come in. I love seeing their faces. I'm very happy when they're here, and it makes a difference in my day when they're here. It makes my day better, and so I hope that by welcoming them to my room, it makes their day better as well.
Thank you.
Last week, Miss Nelson's class cooked for administration. Let's go to Noah and Jaden for more about that.
I had an exclusive interview with Miss Nelson and her class. Here's what they had to say.
My name is Bailey Jones, and we made Dolo Whip. Our inspiration was Disney World because they have the Dolo Whip ice cream at Disney World.
Okay, and what's your favorite part of this class?
Cooking.
All right, thank you. What's your name and what did you make?
My name's Allie, and this is Jazzy. We made Jumpin' Beans Coffee. It's a Keurig.
Okay, and what was your inspiration?
We wanted to combine coffee and a flavor of cake that we've never had before in a Keurig.
And what's your favorite part of this class?
Our favorite part would be learning about the science and learning cooking.
Thank you. What's your name and what did you create? All right, my name is Jonathan.
My name is Brighton.
And we made a tough muffin.
It's a banana chocolate chip protein oatmeal muffin.
What was your inspiration? Really? No.
Bon appetit.
Really, we always come in here really cooked, and we kind of wanted to make something else like new kind of. So then we just started making tough muffin.
What's your favorite part of this class?
Mainly, basically helping everybody out, doing being a good student, just doing whatever you need to do to get to class 9.
I got a lot.
Yeah. What knowledge do you want your students to leave this pathway with?
I think Ms. Barge and I really want to strive for them to leave us with a knowledge of just how to cook, how to survive in the world, and how to know what to do with food, the proper way to cook things, and just to be able to enjoy food and enjoy cooking and leave here knowing, having the confidence to go on and take care of themselves. Because from here they're going to college or they're going to have their own apartment and they'll be living on their own, and we want them to be able to survive. That's our biggest goal, is for them to survive out in the real world.
We thought y'all have missed last year's team, so we took over today. But let's see what other previous cast members have been up to.
Austin Collins, and I was the anchor for JCHS News.
I'm Carson Jarrett, and I'm a junior. So in the JCHS today, I was an anchor, and I feel like it really brought me out of my shell, as well as giving me new opportunities, such as like going to Skills USA, where we placed 3rd in the state. And I just feel like it really brought out a new passion in me and just made me more confident.
My favorite part of working on the news team as an anchor was us collectively together.
The best part was definitely all the friendships you make and all the opportunities you get, and just the filming in general. It's just so much fun.
Getting all the information that we could and putting it together as a team to create a very good and well-worked news show.
For anyone who might slightly be interested, or even if you're just curious, I would recommend it to anyone.
I would just like to say to anyone who wants to join or is in currently the AV Tech pathway, going on to go to the news or leaving, that this is an amazing opportunity to learn about the inner workings of journalism, the news itself, and you should definitely pick it up. Even if you're not going into that type of field, it is always a good information and good part of your life that you should know. It'll help you recognize the different things you see out in the world and on TV. It'll help you be more focused, and it'll help you pay attention more.
I'm Carson Jarrett.
And I'm Ken Polk, and this has been JCHS Today.
Have a great day.